All right, guys, back getting into the rhythm a little bit. Going to cover some news and notes. It's OTAs. There's most stuff you can't put much stock in, but there are things that you can, and there is things that come up that they are germane. They matter, and they add data points. So I'm going to go over a bunch of news and notes. Obviously, Jonnu Smith not going to Pittsburgh is the big story, and I'm going to get into that along with a bunch of others. There was a great Sporic Twitter post of what a trade of Ramsey would look like from a monetary standpoint. So that's what I'm going to get into. I'm going to blow through it quick because you can't drag some of the stuff out. But again, I do think there is some interesting things here. Other note, Curtis doing Curtis. I forgot on my vacation. I promised my son I'd take him Thursday night to his friend's big gathering. So I'm going to make the live next Thursday. I do apologize. I should have been born a blonde. Heck, I take any hair the way I am now. But I'm a little dizzy at times. So I do apologize. But next Thursday, I'll get that live going, go on from there. Also, I was a very kind request from Jason Sarney to go on Finn's Faithful podcast tomorrow, Wednesday at 6:45. So come check me out there. I'm excited. Jason Sarney is a great guy. I was really honored to go on a show. So that is the whole shebang to do with tourism. And anyway, subscribes, comments, all that stuff keeps me in the biz. You guys have done a phenomenal job this offseason. I think there was a push that although it didn't reach what my sponsors like, I think it was enough maybe to keep me. So I am grateful to you because I never thought I'd make it this far, but only because of you guys. So thank you so much. Anyway, all right, so Terron retires. It was weird seeing him trot out there. I was like, what's going on here? But he's officially retired now. I knew he was retired when some photos quickly after the season. You see how thin he is. That's always a sign that football players are ready to retire. So he's officially gone. I love Terron. He was my man. He meant so much for us. Yes, he had the injury things, but guys, this guy's near Hall of Fame. We were very lucky to have him. I wished he could have been healthy because you never know what could happen. So I want to say, Terron, thank you again. Officially, now you're gone. I will miss you. And I hope the best for everything you do. You are a great person and a great player. And that's always great to have on the Dolphins. We don't get a lot of that. Leading into Patrick Paul talked. He looks thinner. If you noticed, he is looking. They said he dropped about 10 pounds. I wonder if it's a little bit more. And he's so big that this is actually going to. Some guys just need the weight because they just don't have the power. But the one thing that you can settle on with Paul, and it's my key to evals, is can a offensive lineman handle power? However that is, technique, size, a little bit of cheating aided in it, whatever. But you got to handle power. This guy I didn't see him get bull rushed at all. He was able to make technique mistakes, step mistakes, and with the size and the ability to handle power, he could recover. A lot of people have to be perfect. The drop of the weight will help him be more mobile, and I'm excited. And he talked about he was here a ton. This guy is so smart. You could tell he's the perfect kind of person. And the great news is that we don't know if he's going to make it. I think that at the very least, he's going to be solid just because of his size, his ability to move, and his ability to handle power. Will he be the guy for us? I don't know. But he is putting everything in there to do it. And we'll know this is a critical season. This is a big eval season, and it's great to know this kid has shades of Terron with the intelligence, the character, and the passion. So I'm looking forward to it. He is a massive, no pun intended, a little bit, piece of the puzzle. So, and Terron, my man Terron said he was built for it. And this is great. We need, we're talking about what's the sense of the season? What can we expect from the season? Guys, we're at a stage, and I'm going to deal with it a little bit later. We're about evaluating players, evaluating staff, evaluating character and design. That's where we're at. If you need a certain amount of wins, but those high win totals, I don't think makes or breaks this season. This is a rebuild, and he's a big piece of the puzzle, and that is great. Now, Zach Sieler, who we all love, he's not at OTAs. Normally, that's not a big deal, but he's a guy who's always there. Jonnu's not there, obviously, as well. They're both represented by Drew Rosenhaus. No one is confirmed or denied. Their absence is tied to contract. Jonnu does need a bump. I think now that he's staying, I'm going to get into him next, but he does need a little bit of bump. But Zach Sieler is making $12 million a year, which is parallel to what Austin Jackson's making. And this guy is one of the best in the league. He's got a 3-year, $38.3 million contract. And that is chump change, pennies. So he's got to be looking for a price increase. Now, he's a little bit older, but these guys can play for a while. He's been notoriously healthy. Got dinged last year, maybe a little bit here and there. But he should and needs to. And I would say, because of the discount he gave us, he has the right to be unhappy if he doesn't get an extension. But that is money that we don't got right now. Although, if you make a 3-year contract and put it to 2027, it's where it really needs to go. He needs an extension to 2027, and the money that's going to cost, you could push it to that year. We got loads of cash, but he is too good. He's another perfect guy. We all love him. We got him on a steal. He gave us a steal deal on his extension. Now, this is the last leg of his career, most likely. Most guys don't play like Calais Campbell to 38. So he should get that money. I don't think it'll be a problem this year, but I wonder what happens next year if they don't do anything. But they should. If they don't, it is a huge black mark on this franchise and Greer, and he's got loads of those things, so I don't know. Now, Jonnu, he's not going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had Gabe Davis, the former, I think it was a Jag, but then before that, we all know him as a Bill. They brought him in. They're looking to bolster that pass game. But now McDaniel came out. He's like, he's a big piece of our team, and he's very important to us. He's got to say that. But if he was so important, you wouldn't have put him out there for a trade option. Certainly, you wouldn't have let it leak. So I know McDaniel is telling the truth. But now it is massage time. What will Jonnu do? I don't think he's going to mess around with it this season. But next year, $2 million. And then what happens if he has a good season? So he's here. He's a good piece of the puzzle. I think he's a good player. But because we're building to 27, I would have liked to have gotten a nice pick for him, although it would have been a step back this year. So we're getting an uplift this year for him staying here. But he's going to be like 32, I think, by next season. And his trade value will go down dramatically. There wasn't a huge market for him, it appears. It was just Pittsburgh. So Jonnu's back, and that's a big deal. It's going to help us out. But if we don't make big hay this year, then you're going to have wanted that asset later on to help us when we're really making hay. So we got to see, do we really produce? Do we get lots of wins? And if so, then it was smart to keep him. But if not, then it's kind of like, I wish we did. But you can't knock the guy's play. Cam Smith. This is one of the things you can kind of put your some cement in the ground on OTAs. Leg injury last week. He was standing around in attendance. Greer said they can't hold his hand anymore. I don't see this guy ever doing anything. It was a bad pick. I don't expect anything to come from him, but you never know. But this guy has been had more injuries than the MASH episode. I guess probably don't even know MASH. It's an old comedy show about military hospital. This guy's had more injuries than I remember. I mean, he makes Dante Parker look like an Iron Man. So that's that. Now, Wright said he put on 6 pounds. He talked about what he needed to do to get better from the staff. He got destroyed by Willie Gay Jr. on a blitz. I like the 6 pounds. If he's gaining more weight, it's going to slow him down to the edge. So that means they're planning on attacking inside, with him at least. We spent 2 fourth-round picks, but he will never be commensurate with those 2 fourth-round picks if he can't pass block. We need pass blocking. Pass blocking separates you from, unless you're a super, super talent in the pass and run game. And there's guys like, but we don't know if he's that. But pass blocking is huge. I've talked about it. My college career ended on a missed pass block. So I understand the value of pass blocking. So he's got to get better on that. Ollie Gordon had a nice cut, and he's really good at pass blocking. So it really, with Achane and Madison, who dropped the pass today, and Ollie Gordon, he could find himself really pigeonholed into small duties unless he gets that pass blocking down. Now, last bit before I get into the Ramsey thing, is going to have a little graphic for you. Biggers showed something today, and Alfred 3 yards per carry said he liked Biggers earlier than Phillips. And he had nice run stuff. What does that mean? It's OTAs. You got to, who's he going against on the O-line? But it's nice, the fact that you're seeing something at this stage. And just imagine, if you get something out of Biggers and Phillips, along with Grant, you've locked up this interior for a long time. So I'm excited. I love the name. It's not Storm Duck level, but it is close. Now, the last piece is for those who say we're going to be in good contract setting next year. We're going to move off Hill. That's a lot of money that's going to be on the dead cap. We're carrying dead cap over. I don't think we'll be at 30 like we are this year. But Ramsey, when we trade him, and I think we're going to, it's going to carry some sizable amount of money. And we're already short on it. So again, this is why I say 27 is our year. So, because then you would pool all these hopefully good picks, and you would have cap flexibility to add some veterans, or maybe a quarterback if Tua doesn't pan out, or guys to help Tua if he does. But you're got one hand tied behind your back for this year and next. But 27, your hands are free unless Greer's. So here's the Sporic. Trading Jaylen Ramsey. New team acquires. And you see the list, 25, 26, 27, amount of money. Dolphins dead cap, 25, 10.7, 5.9 million saved, but still 10 on the dead. 18.5 and 26, 6.5 saved. So really, if you look at it, it's about 16 million. And then they could spread it out over the 2 seasons, but it's still 16 million. But you would save a lot of money. Hopefully you get a draft asset. 20 million of 2025 salary is fully guaranteed, making him a 1-year, 21 million contract for the trading team for practical purposes. But that's good. If you've got a team that's knocking on the door and they want to bring Ramsey in, and they give a kind of a back-end pick, and they really feel he's an important piece, and you only got 1 year bound to him, given his age, that's enticing. That is enticing, and it could help us with getting a nice pick. I don't think we're getting a third. Chris Kaufman talked about a fourth. I said maybe a fifth or a fourth with conditionals on it, that if he plays really well, maybe if he gets the Pro Bowl, it does go to a third. We'll see. But I think the fact that it's only a 1-year contract, that is good news for us, who we want to get something for this guy. And that is good news, because we're not really eating too much money. And neither is the other team. And 21's a lot. And the pick. But if you feel like you're knocking on the door and Ramsey's the guy to put you over, that's a steal. So that's good news for us. Let's hope we get a good pick for him. Let's hope we trade him, because we have drama, and we don't need any more. I don't want this guy, just dragging his feet, being a curmudgeon, unhappy, and stuff popping up in the stories. We need a breath of fresh air. And 26 will be no Hill. And we'll be free of these guys. And that is great news. So that's it. Some good stuff. Again, really, You just got to put a placeholder or a data point for some of the stuff you're hearing. Totally could change north or south. It disappeared totally. Training camp's really where you start figuring stuff out, and we are getting close. So be hopeful about the build, about the design, that somehow Chris Greer has pulled his head out of his derriere and is somehow going in the right direction, or he is a puppet and the people in the background are pulling the strings and we're heading in the right direction. If you get, look, if you get 8, 7, 9 wins with a team that's really been torn down, that's something to be proud about. If there's some close wins in there, there's some upsets. We're running the football. McDaniel's gotten better. Tua stays healthy. I know a lot, right? But that's what I think you really, as a fan, need to hold on to. And the icing on the cake would be more wins than we think. So, anyway, Curtis saying, be well, go Fins. Curtis out. Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with AceBread.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.